Welcome to Generation Truth Podcast with Carrie and Rebecca Charles,
where we declare the Lord is good, His mercy is everlasting, and His truth endureth to all generations.
So we're going to talk about hindrances of social media. You know, there are so many social media platforms out there. Teenagers, young adults especially spend so much time on social media today. Really, even adults of all ages spend so much time on social media. We have Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. There's so many out there. And we scroll all day long, and you got to really be careful because there could be some major hindrances you need to watch out for when being on social media.
Right. One of those are all the emotions that social media can evoke from a person that is spending even a little bit of time on social media.
Yeah.
For example, being unthankful. Man, when you see all these other people who seem to have their life all together, you may think, well, how come my life doesn't look like that when really we have been blessed beyond all measure? Being unthankful can lead you to coveting what another individual has in their life. Of course,
absolutely.
We know that breaks one of the 10 commandments. Being unthankful, being covetous can lead you to having this comparison attitude, which is also really, really toxic to any believer's life. This can lead you to being unhappy, which can cast you into a state of depression, which makes you unproductive, which can produce suicidal thoughts. Just all
it's
of these.
It's like a domino effect.
It is. It is. And I know those are like super far, like extensive emotions, but worse things have happened.
And those things do happen to a lot of young adults and teenagers today, especially the comparison one. You know, people are constantly comparing, even, and I think Rebecca, you would agree with me, the women especially.
Oh, yes. I have experienced that. I've had to be really careful of this area in my life.
Or even, you know, maybe it's not necessarily about your body comparing, well, I don't look as pretty as them, but I know that's a huge part of it. But maybe it's also like you're a mom out there and this other mom's constantly talking about how great their kid is. And you're thinking, well, my kid's not at that level. And so you got to be careful. There are some very big emotions that could come out of this that are negative emotions if you don't be careful to watch out for these hindrances. It's also overwhelming.
Yes, it could be so overwhelming when you're seeing all of these influencers from every angle and every field. Man, your brain is just in operation overload all the time. Really have to be careful of this as well.
And really, God has not designed you to carry that much or that big of a load constantly. You're carrying so much of a burden, honestly. And there's so many other things that could lead to anger as you're watching. Well, this person, even being covetous could lead to anger. And then there's even other things you got to watch out for, like cyberbullying. That's constantly all over the internet and social media today. Got to watch out for traffickers. These are things we don't want to talk about.
Right, but these are very serious, and if you are not careful, you will be prey to these things.
Yes, you have to be very, very careful. Why are we saying all this? Because God wants us to glorify Him in all that we say, do, and think. 1 Corinthians 10:31 says, whether therefore you eat or drink or whatsoever you do all to the glory of God. And that includes our social media life.
Right. And also, God gave us a warning years and years and decades and millennia ago to be careful in our walks. He said to see then that ye walk circumspectly or carefully, not as fools, but as wise. Why? Because we are to redeem the time or to buy it back because the days are evil.
Absolutely. You know that 48% of teens nowadays, if you look this up online, 48% of teens say social media has actually negatively affected their peers, while only 14% say it affected themselves negatively. This is huge.
It is, and that's kind of a interesting statistic there. Only half of them are saying that it has affected their peers negatively, but only 14% say that it has affected themselves. But I bet if you asked their peers about them, they would probably say, no, that it has affected you more than you realize. I have to be extremely wary of that in my own life, of making sure that social media is not affecting me negatively. There are also some lies of social media that are very, very evident once you become aware of them. Number one, everyone has it together all the time.
Oh man, it looks like it. They have every time they take a picture, they're smiling. Oh,
Or
they must be having a great
filters.
life.
I mean, we have filters. Of course, it's going to make everybody look great all the time.
You have the cat face filter, which is great. No, I'm just kidding. But
Right. Lie number 2, time doesn't matter. Oh, we're just going to scroll for hours. There's not anything more important to do. Well, that is a lie. Time does matter, and it is a
Yes.
gift. Lie
Yes.
number 3, you don't matter. If you're starting to count likes or comments, well, I only got 2 likes, or I only got 5 comments. Oh,
Yeah.
I must not matter as much, which is totally a lie from the devil.
Yeah.
God created you, so of course you matter.
And honestly, I mean, that you cannot, I'll be honest with you. I am an evangelist and a camp director. I've caught myself doing that of
It's
counting the likes.
Temptation for everyone, even adults.
Yes.
And if you think that you're a teen and it's going to just go away whenever you're older, it's not true. It even
Yeah,
affects
you
adults.
constantly have to be careful. You know why? Because Satan is he's right about us like a roaring lion, ready to devour his prey, as the Bible talks about. I know I'm not quoting that exactly right, but that's what the Bible talks about. And you need to be careful of these things. What's another lie? Number 4, outside appearance matters more than inward reality.
The Lord tells us in Colossians 3:2 to set your affections on things above, not on things of the earth. Well, if we're going to set our affections on things above, that means we're going to have to set our priorities on things that we can't see, not on things that we can't see.
Yeah. Yeah. Number 5, what people see matters more than what God knows. 1 Samuel 16:7, Proverbs 15:3 talks about this. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. You know, you need to be careful of what you say. Carrie, why do you keep saying we need to be careful? Because this is so important for us today. When you're scrolling, there are constantly things that Satan tries to throw at you. The world tries to throw at you, and God sees it. So remember, whatever you're looking at, God sees it. You need to be careful.
Right. Lie number 6, daily experiences matter more than eternal rewards. Wow, this is a really important one. People can post multiple things multiple times a day of every small thing that they're doing, which doesn't leave much time to just work, think, study God's word, be in prayer, be witnessing. What we can't see, eternal reward, matters more than things that we post.
Yeah, I mean, it says in Romans 14:2, so then every one of us shall give account of himself to God. You know, we're going to give account as Christians. If you're not saved, this does not apply to you. But if you're a Christian, one day you'll give an account of how you lived your life. Not so you can get to heaven, but that will determine what kind of rewards you get to give to the Lord. And that turn into crowns that you can cast at his feet. You want to give him glory. We don't want to show up empty-handed on that. Number 7, propaganda, showing clips of videos out of context, distorting the truth. You got to be really careful of this.
Perhaps this is why it's so easy. We just click on the app because we want that surge of oxytocin, which is the feel-good hormone. But
Yeah.
as soon as we get off it, well, usually I don't feel good after I get off social media. It's because literally I've trained my brain that a little bit of my happiness can come from that. That is really bad.
Yeah. So you need to be very careful of depending too much on that. Then also the self-gratification, looking at wrong things. I know this kind of goes back to be careful with the Lord because the Lord is watching. But it says in Psalm 101:3, I will set no wicked thing before mine eyes. I hate the work of them that turn aside. It shall not cleave to me. David was saying that be careful what you're looking at. You say, well, Carrie, this is great and everything. I know these are things I need to watch out for, but let's break it down. Let's do an evaluation, okay? How can you evaluate your social media life right now?
There are a few questions, really only 5. Maybe we want to write them down on a sticky note or a 3x5 card and tape it to your mirror or a place that will help you. Question number 1, is this the best way to spend my time?
Yeah.
Number 2, how is this helping me grow as a person and more importantly, as a believer?
Yeah.
Number 3, how do I feel after being on social media? We already discussed that a bit. Number 4, would God be pleased with my social media account?
Oh, that's huge.
And lastly, am I using this account for God's glory?
Guard yourself against the hindrances of social media so that you can know the truth, because it will hinder you from knowing the truth if you distort your mind with a bunch of filth that's constantly across the internet. So that you can know the truth, make sure you're guarding against these hindrances so that you can live the truth, so you can give the truth.
Because God's truth endureth to all generations.